Hello, hello, hello. We are waiting, of course. We are waiting. Hello. Oh, oh, good. Up, it disappeared. There we are. Wrong way. Good. We are talking about the energy of life. We are live, and there's been some energy going on today. And I got my jacket on. And I got my hat on. It's been a while. We are talking about the energy of life. We are connecting. We are connecting. We are connecting here in Chicago. We are connecting in LA. We're connecting in Oslo and other places in Norway. We are connecting online, and we are connecting together in a physical place at Tørvik. So that is the beauty of this space, that we have options to kind of come in the way we need to, the way to honor space. And we had a retreat here a month ago, and we talked about pregnancy, which I kind of hold on one more second. We were talking about pregnancy, also because there were some pregnant people in the space, but also because that is a way. Ooh, here we are. I see a cute group here. Also because the energy of the body is like a pregnancy. So we kind of seeded the space back then. Seeding is, the seed coming in, seeding the womb space. And in our physicalness, we move energy. And we move energy either through like work, which is more masculine. It's just like doing. You create something physically. Or the feminine, which is more the birthing, the womb space. So for the woman, they have this womb space already created, as the man has the womb space, but it's uncreated. So whether it's something is created or uncreated, still, when we start to connect with this space, it still needs to kind of be released. As the womb space can create life, it can be seeded, but we still hold thoughts, worries, fear, shame, guilt, wants, needs all these things can kind of weigh this womb space down. So the creation of life naturally in the body can thus, because of all these energies, all these emotions, it can be kind of impeded and it can be kind of suppressed. And then suddenly some people have a problem giving birth or receiving the seed because the body is already too heavy. So as we have become more awake, society is more awake than ever, the energy is higher, and the more the body actually requires us to look at how we are holding our life, holding our womb space, directing the flow. Whether it is the feminine, which is the pregnancy, the womb space, or the masculine, which is the doing, creating. You create something easily as a work, you do something you're good at, but then after some years, you can suddenly, the emotions come up. The idea is like, I should not be rich, I should not, I should only be this, or I really hate people, or I don't really like people, or I just did this because of my parents, because my mom or my dad did this. I really don't like my life. All these emotions starts to impede. So suddenly then people can, after 10 years of work, they can suddenly be like, or 20 or 30, they can be like, it's so exhausting to work, because you are the creation, the creative. So the womb space is down here in the belly, but the creation is more in the throat. It's more out here. It's more in the masculine. It's shorter to the mind. So it's like out here, and you create, you cut, you make business, you create different stuff, but it still can weigh down from how your parents and from how you created it. So the beautiful thing in this way is that we eventually will have to release these emotions, because they will start to weigh you down. So that you see that kind of in an enlightened space like Norway, where everything is kind of taken care of, the feminine is taken care of, everybody's taken care of, like medicine, that's kind of, you're taken care of, you have sick leave, you have all these, you are taken care of. It's more the feminine energy. And yet, even if that, suddenly you can just feel these, they say like the more enlightened people become, the more they start having emotional traumas and mental traumas and stuff. So we can see that more and more young people, or people are like more and more sick leave. Like in Norway, they're more sick leave than any other place in the world, because people start to just become aware that when things are good, that's when you become aware that your inner state isn't that good. Your kind of life is, it's up till now, the masculine has been about survival. The feminine is thriving. That's why I call it the ease of life. It's the thriving of life. So it is daring. It's kind of like becoming a pregnant person. It's daring to kind of slow down and enjoy life and be a little selfish, but not succumb to those feelings. Those feelings can take over, and you can suddenly be like, I just have pain all the time, or I have all my sadness, and where does this stuff come from? I see it in my mom that kind of got overcome with these things, and you see it, that people get overcome with these things eventually. So that is where this process is needed, the process of releasing, of digesting and resolving, and having an intention. Where are we going? Where are we going? What is the intention? The masculine is like the passion. What is the focus? And the feminine is like the womb space. So it's the seed, and the womb space, the body follows. So when people talk about you have to the secret, where they have to create something and just like set a goal, and everything will be fine. I want $1 million and it will happen. Sometimes you will, but then sometimes all your emotions are clogging it down. So a retreat, like the last retreat, there was like a seeding of the space. There was new people coming in. Seeding of a space is like bringing spirit in. Spirit is like the high energy, that which creates life. They also that which creates death, life and death. So when it comes into the womb space, which is kind of the physical, but the energetic is the void space, the darkness, the dark void in our body. In this space, everything can be created, but it can also be uncreated. You can go into life or you can go into death. If you're not able to handle life, you move into death. The gates are there. If you're not able to handle it, sometimes that is the cleaning. You can experience sickness or the fear of death in this space. It is meant to be a space of life and death. That's why it takes maturity to awaken it, because it's not just being carried by a mom or a dad that says everything is going to be fine. You don't have to worry about anything. When you come into the wound space and we seed this space, you will experience worry, you will experience your emotions, and there's memories there of your past or of your parents' past, of the past of society, past lives. All this stuff is like hidden within the void space there. So when we come in, we can kind of become like, oh, I'm fine, or we can become arrogant, or we can become lazy, or we can become high, or we can become afraid. That is why after a seeding of life, seeding of energy, there's a time that also afterwards that you have to kind of allow yourself to kind of come back. That's why these Wednesdays are created, because afterwards there is a releasing and continual choosing that needs to happen. So that is the opposite of kind of like just getting a healing. When you go get a healing, you're just like, oh, I'm healed. It's like Jesus, he just healed me. Everything's healed. The feminine is like, no, we're going into the body. We're going into the roots. And in that space, there are past memories. There's stuff that you haven't seen. After we open up, those emotions will come up. And they might start influencing the fear, the arrogance, the sadness, the laziness, the doubt will come into the space. And that is why coming back into the space like you're doing now is to kind of dare to honor the space. There is an honoring of the space, daring to say, I know that it's just not a quick fix. It's also daring to take time. You know, the masculine is like, I just work. I don't think, I don't feel anything. And then the women come into the space and the female comes, well, you can't it's not so easy to separate body and mind. So eventually you start to feel angry or sulky or sad or all this stuff. The feminine is realizing and accepting that these energies are in the body. Thus, there has to, the feminine awakening, which this is the awakening of body, which takes patience, which takes honoring, which takes saying that I want to come to this Wednesday. I want to put in an offering. I want to give something. I give you a flower, you give me a donation for the flower. It is, I want to put in something to kind of coexist and to receive this, to receive the seed and to receive the wisdom that is in this space. So for me, when I realized that this life, this space, that we can step into life and we can step into energy and we can awaken the body, mind, soul, spirit, void, heaven, life, there needs to be kind of an offering. So that's why people say, like, you give, or you go and, you give a donation, or you give something, an offering. That was a reason. There was to kind of say, like, I dare to just be abundant, and I want to receive, so I dare to give. So to step into this voice space is kind of to dare to just be abundant, to dare to say, wow, there is all this energy available and I'm worthy of it. It is kind of like being an abundant mindset. It's trying to be like, wow, I love this feeling. I want to dare to receive it. I want to give, and I want to just flourish. It's like giving birth in America. Norway, everything is free, and then you come here and be like, oh no, that's going to cost you $5,000 to $10,000. But, and then be like, oh, that's so bad from a socialist standpoint. But money is also like, when there's an abundance of money, they're staring to say, like, well, everything that really matters to you, sometimes you're like, I'm going to spend a little extra on that. If I want a good TV, I'm going to spend a little extra. If I really want good food, I'm going to spend a little, I'm going to go have that wine that is a little more expensive. It's daring to enjoy and thrive and to flourish. Flourish. It's daring to drink wine out of a gold, gull, a glass that is a little extra. It's daring to, kind of decorate your house, your life. They're to spend. Money doesn't come to be hoarded on, to be afraid of it. It is challenging you to dare. Do you dare to kind of spend? Do you dare to thrive, to flourish? So then, in that space, then from that womb space, you dare to have faith. You dare to get in there. Then you are moving beyond life and space. You dare. Then the releasing happens, and then that's where you kind of realize that you are connecting with the heart. When people, when you want to spoil somebody, when the birthday is like, we need a birthday cake and we need all this stuff. It is kind of the connect. It's the feminine heart. It's the physical heart of just daring to live abundantly. Now we have to dare to be honest about it. So we have to dare to be, wow, I'm feeling these things and all these. I might have pain because this heaviness in the womb space, you might like get menstrual cramps, or you might get like pain in your hips and stuff because there's tension in there. So that is the releasing. There's emotions, there's physical stuff, there's beliefs that needs to be seen. And sometimes you have to dare to engage with the energy to see, like, oh, I'm still afraid, or I'm still feeling pain there, or I still have doubt. All these things. There's an honoring, yes, that is there. That's being part of being human. And then we can dare to be, maybe we should dare to have faith and open up. That is where the teacher, the guide, like me. So I've been here. I have kind of prepared the space for you to follow, that you can follow and open up to that love space where you dare to allow this energy to rise up to your heart, to dare to love. The love is scary because we have been rejected, so it's hard to just open up. But it is the daring. It's daring to show up, daring to give, daring to receive. And in that space, you open up. And then when you open up, then you start to experience the flow, the power, the energy of movement, this breath of life, the energy of life. And then suddenly you could ooh, you could suddenly feel maybe like a good feeling. But then you can start also feeling like nervousness or worry or these thoughts. But when you dare to come back into it, then this energy, we're starting to elevate this energy within the body. We're birthing this body, we're birthing this baby and allowing it to, yes, it is worthy of life. My body is worthy. That is what pregnancy is. It is natural, but when we become more aware, we also have to say, yes, it is worthy. Let's allow this breath of life, let's the spirit of life to come in and keep seeding the womb space. We're not going to let the heaviness and all these things weigh it down. We're going to let it come through. And then it opens through, and then that is the process we're doing here. So it seems kind of weird, but that is the beauty of it. It requires faith. It requires like, whoa, maybe he knows what he talks about. Maybe he has walked this path. That is the faith. Maybe the teacher knows. Maybe he knows something I don't. That is also the beauty about like, wow, maybe we can't always know what we want and need. Maybe sometimes we have to dare to open up and trust. That is opening up the heart. And that healing energy starts to nourish the body. And you can start to play and dance and live and thrive. So from this womb space we created, people come in either one-on-one or on Wisdom Wednesdays here, like up till now, or Wednesday before. People come in and it's gone through a wave now, and it goes down. And then sometimes we come into competition or worry and all this stuff. We go down into the dark, into those locked chambers within ourselves, into the healing inside. And now we're coming out again, where we start to be like, yes, I came through it, and let's start to open up, and let's allow this energy to thrive, to heal, to breathe, to live. So that is wow, the sound coming up. So that's what we're doing. So if you are new here and you haven't done it and you're wondering how to participate it, then let me know, and I might send you the number for, like in Norway, for Vips to kind of donate into the space, or in America you might go to PayPal or my other places. And if other people have already done it, and it is kind of a way of connecting to the space, because sometimes we get so focused on like everything should be free, but this is like the opposite. Nothing should be free. Everything is free, but your body challenges you to receive, not from laziness, but from honoring. Honoring is then when you honor yourself, you honor the teacher, you honor the teaching, you honor the space, you honor life, and then the birth can happen. The birthing can continue. And that's where we're at. We're starting to step into this new space. There's a retreat coming up the 13th to 15th. So we're moving towards that, and I'm starting to feel the energy coming in and rising, and I'm starting to feel the burning in my feet. And in my step because we're starting to move the energy. You might be closing your eyes because we're moving into the second part, the part of receiving, which is a glorious energy. Is that of saying, yes, this sounds beautiful. This space is made to be received. This is made out of love. Life is love. So everything that is in life is made out of love. And there to say, yes, let's drink out of that nectar that is life, the energy of life. So let's open up and lay back wherever you are. Close your eyes maybe, or just stare out in the space around you. There was like a lot of energy coming in, people feeling maybe a headache at night, or not sleeping, or dreams coming up in space. If you already were planning to be here, or if you were planning to watch this tonight or this weekend, or rewatch it for that matter. So it is an opening to kind of just the glory of life, the glory of energy, the simplicity of energy that is here. And then let it kind of come in again. Let it like open up those gates in your head. It is there. It's always there as a question. Do you want to? The body is such a magical being that can release and can create beautiful babies and all kinds of beautiful life and beautiful releases, and release all kinds of trauma and old energies that is in there. All these things can be released from that void space, from that dark spot deep down into your belly, where you start getting nauseous. I had one client came in this morning and he was just literally feeling nauseous in the space. The men are coming in, the non-created void space, our womb space is coming in. So that is a beautiful, we are starting to see humankind beyond man or woman, that glorious space where we all have this thriving body, where we all take responsibility, where we all honor life, where we all can drink of this nectar of life. So let's open up that space and open up. It's like a little tension in your shoulders and in your hands. And literally, it's literally you're being touched now by the energy. There is my hands, my energy is there, or the energy of life, the energy of eternity, of God or life or whatever you call it. It is there. And then, drop your shoulders a little bit more. Let it kind of shake loose a little bit, your hips, and let it kind of come. Let the seed come into your womb space, into your belly, into your hips, into your groin, down between your legs. Let that spirit come and say, I'm here, I'm ready to thrive, I'm ready to live. I'm ready to awaken new parts of myself. You get the sound in here, that's good. What sound? Are you not seeing me? So there's energy in the space, and it's probably moving a little bit because there was a lot of energy coming in, a lot of beautiful people coming into the space. So we kind of went pretty deep today. So that is why everybody's here and honoring. And then the space just opens up, and yes, sounds can come in. The space becomes alive. There might be light in the space. There might be noise in the space. You might start to hear the outdoor, the cars, the birds, the everything. As spirit kind of ascend into the space. So open up your hips a little bit more. Let them roll wherever you are, in your bed or in at Hövik, or wherever you are, or sitting in a chair or wherever you are. Just let that seep in. Yeah, and it's kind of coming down into your feet, and it's kind of coming down into your toes, to your ankles, opening up your chest, opening up your belly, receiving. It's a glorious thing to receive. And light comes in. And like it comes up like a yawn. It's almost like awakening up from a deep sleep. It fills your chest, it fills your head, kind of like a pressure, like almost having pressure in your ears. Ears. Like being in, ascending in a plane. The pressure comes in. And you might stretch, you might allow it to come more up through your belly, up to your feet, up to the ground. Sound is coming in. The wind, the cold, the heat, the pain, stiffness can come in. Yeah, so the sound is kind of like the head. It kind of sometimes get a little stuck in your head because that's where the mind, do I really want to receive? Do I want it? Do I need to pay? Do I need to do this? Do I believe? And then suddenly it's like falling asleep, and suddenly that surrender where the energy moves through and be like, oh, maybe I'll reach out and say hi if I'm new. I'm feeling this and I want to receive and I want to honor it and say yes. That is the beauty of life. You can honor it. And then it comes out, up through your head, out, and the whole space comes alive. Good. Good. Perfect. You can start coming back wherever you are. You might be fallen asleep for that matter. You might reach out tomorrow, or if you are new here and you're wondering what this is and you were kind of feeling something but you're not sure and wanting to ask, just reach out, DM me or where you are, and wonder how you can collaborate in the space, in this energy, in this receiving of life. There we are. Good. Good. So for everybody who's here or is coming in later, thank you guys for showing up, and it has been beautiful. And yeah, if you have any questions or anything, any dreams that might suddenly come up, and you are wondering and wanted to let me know, then I might address it to next time, because this is a little bit of the flow of having some time and being some patience to release and digest it a little bit over time. It's not like I need to have the world right now. I don't have to understand everything. It is taking some time to letting this flow. Being patient and good to yourself. Good. Well, thank you guys, and I will see you guys soon. Have a beautiful day, guys. See you soon.